In this video, I'm going to be switching out Graham Mertz and Jalen Milroe. I'm going to put Graham Mertz on Alabama. I'm going to put Jalen Milroe on Florida to see who could have a better 4-year career at the university I just switched him to. The reason I'm doing this because I like Graham Mertz, and I would love to see, if just say if he had an Alabama team, would he have been like a all-star type quarterback, or he would have been like look made good, I'm putting Jalen Milroe on Florida to see if he could carry a Florida team, how Graham Mertz carried us for the last 2 years. Well, before Graham Mertz got injured and everything like that.
It's at the first college football poll, and as you can see, Florida is 5-2, ranked 17th in the country. Week 10. Let's go check up on Bama, see how they're doing. So as you can see, Florida beat USF, beat Indiana, beat Miami, but lose to Tennessee. So it looked like Jalen Milroe can't beat Tennessee with Bama or with Florida, and then lose to Texas A&M. So A&M is 9-0. So can you really? But they did beat Texas though. So and now they got Georgia coming up now. So let's see how Alabama's doing. So Alabama, wow, same record, 5-2, but they somehow lose to Florida State, 35-7. Can we see how Graham Mertz played in that game? 165, 0 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Oh my gosh, Graham Mertz. Sheesh. They did bounce back. They are ranked higher than Florida, by the way, and they got the same record. So they beat Monroe, lose to Wisconsin. So while Graham Mertz actually played Wisconsin, the team he was committed to first in real life, and he lost to them in the game. Then beat Coastal Carolina, beat Vanderbilt this time, something that Jalen Milroe wasn't able to do. Tennessee, beat Tennessee, something Graham Mertz wasn't able to do at Florida. And then he beat Oklahoma, something Jalen Milroe wasn't able to do at Alabama. Okay, now, so we got some pretty good stuff going on here. As you can see, none of our teams made the college football playoff or even finished out ranked. And I was looking at the teams through through the middle of the seasons, and they was both going up and down, up and down, up and down. As I had said, Alabama was even ranked at one time, I think top 5 as well, but didn't finish out in the top 25 conference standings. Let's take a look at this. So they finished third, but they finished out 8-5 with a 3-game losing streak. Wow, that's crazy. And now Florida finished out with an 8-5 record, 4-4 in conference play. I don't think none of our players was considered for a Heisman. No, none of the players were considered for a Heisman. Award winners, let's see. Did they win an award, best, let's see, player of the year? I doubt it. What about best quarterback? No. And United's Golden Arm Award. None of them. So none of them was there either. Let's take a look at the season stats, see what Jalen Milroe did. So Jalen Milroe, did he get hurt? Like he got hurt for some time, because Clay Millen is the backup and he got some playing time. So, and they both had the same touchdown ratio. But, okay, Jalen Milroe threw for 1,000 yards, 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, 2 picks. Not bad, not bad. But like he got hurt for some time though, because, yeah, he got injured. Yeah. Graham Mertz though, he played a whole season. 3,000 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 11 picks. Not too bad at Alabama. But you can tell Graham Mertz probably, like, the whole team fell apart because they finished out on a 3-game losing streak. But Jalen Milroe, that wasn't his fault, because Jalen Milroe got injured, I'm guessing, because the backup quarterback got playing time. And I know the CPU don't put in, they don't bench quarterbacks unless the person manually does it. So it looked like Graham Mertz just sold the team out with a 3-game lose streak. This was the teams that did anything, just to show y'all who won. Michigan, Penn State blew Michigan out. Crazy. So not that bad of a first year for the playoffs, but Arizona got in now. So year 2. Their sophomore years, Jalen Milroe and Graham Mertz. And as you can see, Alabama is 6-2, looking to get into the playoffs, 8 ranked, and then they did beat Florida. I said I was going to hop into that game and spectate it, but I forgot that they even played, and I sent right past it. But Florida is ranked 7-2 as well. And who had the better game? Graham Mertz threw for 323, beating his former team, 2 touchdowns, and Jalen Milroe had 293, 2 touchdowns. What was his rushing yards? He had 33 rushing yards. Okay. Out of 24, not that bad of a game. Like Alabama defense really showed up though. And while we here at the Week 10 break, let's take a look at Florida. So Florida started out with 3 wins, beating NC State, Colorado, California. So it was perfect until they lost to Alabama. Then lost by 2 points to South Carolina. Oh my gosh. Now they got 6th ranked Georgia. So this is where Florida season can go bad right here by losing to Florida State, Auburn, Arkansas, and Georgia. Well, not well. Arkansas they 5-3 as well. So I mean, it's gonna be Jalen Milroe in that offense, bro, and that defense. They're gonna have to carry, bro. Cause look at the teams: Auburn, FSU, Georgia. Like that's a hefty schedule. Alabama, Alabama don't got nobody that they gotta play. Like, Alabama just lost to Texas, but Alabama do gotta finish out with A&M and Auburn, but that's it. And those 2 games away, like from each other. So like. We're just gonna have to see, man. We're just gonna have to see. Hope at the end of the season recap, and yeah, both teams blew it again. So after being on a pretty good game win streak, Alabama lost their last. Well, they lost 3 games that just put them out the playoff race and the SEC championship race. Lost to Texas, lost to A&M, and then lost to Ole Miss. And then somehow they beat number 1 Auburn at the time, 38-17. Just blew them straight out. Beat Mississippi State, but that was not enough to get into the playoffs. But they did finish out ranked. Florida finished out good, 8-5, another winning record. But once again, can't win the easy games. Lost to Auburn by a couple points, and then lost by Florida State to by 2 touchdowns, 2 possessions, something like that. So once again, our teams can't finish out, but let's just take a look at the season stats. Let's see. Graham Mertz up this yards, threw for 4,000 this time, 44 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. I don't see how he's not getting ranked for a Heisman. I'm pretty sure. Wow, he actually had 276 rushing yards too, and 7 rushing touchdowns. So that's surprising to me, honestly. Florida, Jalen Milroe. He had a full season this time, 3,000 yards, 34 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Not too bad. Rushing, he had 575 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. So Graham Mertz had more rushing touchdowns than him this season, but Milroe also had double his rushing yards. Milroe had 575 and Mertz had like 200 something. So also, we is in year 3. I think they both juniors now. But Graham Mertz got a task on his hand. He got number 1 Clemson, number 2 Ohio State, back-to-back weeks too. Then they got 17th ranked Ole Miss, Texas A&M. They might be good. They got 5 ranked Texas, 19 Florida. So we're going to get another matchup between Jalen Milroe and Graham Mertz. And this time I will spectate it. And then they got 8 Auburn to end out the season. That's for Alabama. For Florida got a cakewalk schedule. Well, not really. They got to go up against Auburn, Oklahoma, Georgia, then, Bama. So then FSU. They gotta win, bro. Florida gotta win these games. They gotta beat Auburn and Georgia, bro. Same for Oklahoma. They gotta win these 3 games. And then they gotta beat Florida State too. So gosh, Lee, these boys got some challenges on their hand. Alabama up 14-3 on Clemson. On the number 1 team, 14-6. Gonna hand it off. Graham Mertz. Oh, what a throw for Graham Mertz over the middle of the field. This is the number 1 team here. Graham Mertz to throw. Another throw over the middle. Graham Mertz. Dropping back to throw. Find somebody over the middle and touchdown Graham Mertz. I don't know who that is. That's not Ryan Williams, but Graham Mertz is throwing darts over the field right now. This was a total blowout. Oh my gosh. Alabama just dominated the number 1 team in Clemson, and Graham Mertz is the leader behind all of this. Graham Mertz, 342, 6 touchdowns versus Clemson. Sheesh. What a game he had. Where they lost a game to one of these cupcake teams. They actually lost to California? They are 1-2. What it did? Oh, Jalen Milroe, he had to get hurt. No, he just played horrible. What is going on in Gainesville? And then they lose to San Diego State too? What is going on in Gainesville, Jalen Milroe? What is he doing? 180, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions versus San Diego State. Are you serious? I was going to show this Florida game. And as you can tell, Florida's having a down year. 4-5. Jalen Milroe got to be injured or something, bro, because there's no way. But Alabama has been wrecking this year, this year's schedule. Lost to Ohio State pretty badly, but came back to beat Colorado State by 10, beat A&M by 3, whooped up on Ole Miss and lost to Texas, and smoked these two teams. But now they got Florida, and look at the rest of their schedule is just easy. 5-4 Arkansas, 4-5 Auburn. The only thing you don't like about that is they road games, but Florida is not having a great year, so we're gonna spectate this game and see what goes on. See if Jalen Milroe can lead his team to an upset, or see if Graham Mertz can just roll through him. Milroe with the read option. He's using that speed. Another handoff to the running back, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown. Jalen Milroe with the handoff to the running back. Jalen Milroe snaps the ball, throws it. RPO. Number 5. Trayon Webb, like he's going, touchdown Florida. Jalen Milroe out here showing out. Passes it, catches it. Is that a first down or no? Like he's just going to be short. 3rd and 1. Got to get this. Keep the game alive. Finds his receiver in the flat. First down, Bama. Let's see. Graham Mertz in the pocket. Finds the receiver. Catch. Trying to lead his team to get into the end zone, the tightest game. Give him a chance to put it in overtime. Graham Mertz go out the pocket. Graham Mertz slides the clock. If the Gators find a way to somehow sell this, Mertz getting rushed at the pocket. Mertz running, and Mertz running in for the touchdown. Now all they need is the kicker to tie the game up, and this game will be going to overtime. Field goal attempt is good. So we got a tie ball game here, folks. Alabama with no more timeouts. Florida with 1 timeout. And Jalen Milroe finds a guy over the middle. Got 1 more timeout. 1 more. Katie Daniels running the ball. First down. And like that's going to do it. Getting ready for the field goal to win the game versus Alabama. It goes, and it's good. And Jalen Milroe knocked off the Alabama Crimson Tide. Wow. What an absolute SEC showdown. And that puts Florida just at 500 behind Jalen Milroe. 262 and 3 touchdowns on the day. Wow. Show y'all some of the stats. You seen Jalen Milroe's stats. His rushing yards, he had over 100 rushing yards. Wow. But no touchdowns on the ground, though. Passing rise, Mertz, 17 for 20, 261, 2 touchdowns. So who had the better day? Wow, Jalen Milroe outthrew him by 1 yard. Isn't that something? 262 for Milroe, 261 for Graham Mertz. But Milroe did outplay him because he had more touchdowns and plus the 1 yard. But what a crazy game. Crazy game. Oh my gosh. Bama, what are we doing, bro? They just sold, fam. They had a ticket into the playoffs and sold it. Sold it to freaking Auburn, losing 37-40. That's sick. So we're taking a look at the end of the season stats for year 3. Graham Mertz, 3,000 yards. So he kind of went down. The last year he had 4,000 yards. So his touchdown to interception ratio is staying the same. So 3,200 yards, not bad. Jalen Milroe ended up with more passing yards, 3,600. 39 touchdowns, 11 picks. So he upped his touchdown ratio because I think he was throwing about 30 touchdowns Well, he still is throwing. He threw about 39 this year, so he almost hit the 40 mark. So if he would have had one more, he would have had 40. But these boys are entering their senior season, so hopefully we can get some college football action soon, bro. Cause I want to see these guys perform. I want to see, and hopefully one of them can like put a Heisman season together in their last year or something. Can we please see that? Like, and can we see both of them get into the playoffs in their last season? Please, man, please. Y'all, so yeah, a disappointing senior season for Graham Mertz. They went 6-6, but I got good news for Florida. As you can see, they are eighth in the conference championship versus Kentucky. So, college football top 25, Alabama's not in there, sadly. They want to flake out right at the end in Graham Mertz senior season. So, but Florida is in there at 10-2. Heisman watch, let's see. Jalen Milroe got to be in there. And he is in there. He's at the bottom of the list, but he is a 2028 Heisman Trophy finalist. Oh my gosh. So he did make it. He must have had a great year. But we're going to check all of this at the end of the season, end of the college football playoffs, end of everything. We're going to see who had the better career. So let's do this. Check out the scores and schedules for conference championship week. And Florida, oh my gosh, they hurt Kentucky. They demolished them. 59-16 with Kentucky that bad. Jalen Milroe 381 for 6 touchdowns. Sheesh. Rushing Milroe 132, 2 touchdowns as well. My gosh. He should win Heisman. I don't see how he don't win Heisman, honestly. I think he's in the Heisman race. I don't know if I told y'all that or not. I think I did. I think I said that. And now we get to see, the Heisman. Wow, they get a Heisman to Pitt quarterback. Wow. But Alabama is playing Western Kentucky in the Music City Bowl. College football bracket. Let's get a glance at this. So Florida with the first round bye, obviously because they beat Kentucky. So Boise State, Pitt, Texas A&M, USC, Michigan, Stanford, Washington, Oregon, Purdue, Florida, Iowa State, and Florida State. So Florida and Florida State got first round byes, which is crazy. Both teams over 10 wins, so not too bad. And the number one team, Pitt, wow, look, they lost to Florida State because they would have won the conference if they would have beat them. So whole game was successful. Kentucky, they got demolished. Western Kentucky got demolished. Look at some of the stats. Graham Mertz, oh my gosh, threw for 425, 6 touchdowns, and 1 interception. What a way to leave out. I don't know if he's gonna get drafted, but man. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Alright, y'all. So checking the college football bracket, and man, Florida. Wow, they got kicked out in the first round, losing to Michigan. 29-14. What happened, bro? Can we see what happened? Michigan just dominated. More first downs. Yeah, they dominated. Let's see. Jalen Milroe. Oh my gosh. Milroe chose he chose the wrong time to play trash. 169, a touchdown, and a pick. He chose the wrong time to play trash. As in his senior year, he's done. But at least they made the playoffs, though. What about his rushing? He got shut down rushing, too. Dang. Michigan just took all that away. Florida State lost, too. Dang, that every team that had the first round bye lost, except for Purdue, I believe. So we're going to look at some career stats here. All 4 years, Graham Mertz, he threw for 15,000 yards in total, 145 touchdowns in total, and 38 picks in total. And that was all 4 years, from a freshman to a senior. He led them. I think they was bowl eligible all 4 years. I can't remember if they won every bowl game. He didn't get them. They had no SEC championship appearances at all, and they didn't make it to the playoffs at all. So Graham Mertz, Milroe had 12,000 yards with 130 touchdowns and 29 picks. So he had lesser interceptions than Mertz. And I think he had lesser touchdowns than Mertz. So he had lesser interceptions, but he also had lesser touchdowns. And he had lesser yards. So who would you think who had the better career? Milroe, he did leave He did lead at Florida to an SEC championship game. They won it. They did get into the playoffs, but they got knocked out the first round. They played Michigan, and it took him all 4 of his college years to get Florida there. So, and I think he was bowl eligible every year too. But I don't know. Once again, I don't know if he won every game he was bowl eligible in. So I don't know if you. I don't know who you think had the better who you think had the better season, Milroe or Graham Mertz. Well, it showed. I don't know. It's close. It's close. They both as good in their own categories, in my opinion. But in my opinion, I think you have to give this to Jalen Milroe. You got to, because I think Jalen Milroe had more rushing. Let's see. Rushing yards in total. Mertz had 1,000, just at 1,000 rushing yards. Milroe rushing yards, he rushed for 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns. So I say, in my opinion, I think Milroe was the better quarterback all through 4 years. I mean, because he led Florida to an SEC championship game and they won it. Mertz, he sold in the last season. So, yeah, I definitely get at the Milroe.